Hey everybody, this is David Skarica, and this is Stock Chart of the Day for September 11th, 2021. Obviously, always a somber day. I actually knew, I actually had a cousin, actually my cousin's wife. She actually worked in the World Trade Center for Merrill Lynch at the time. Merrill Lynch has been taken over since, but she saw one of the planes hit. So it's always, and I had a lot of, my uncle was a detective on the 52nd precinct, and he knew a few guys who died in the building. So you always wishes with those who passed away. I don't try to get into conspiracy theories about it or the whatnot, but always a somber day. And it's hard to believe it's been 22 years, So, okay, today's stock chart of the day, we're going to look at, I'm going to tell you a bit about the pay version of stock chart of the day we're going to set up. So it's just going to be very small. It's almost like more, I consider it a donation, but there will be a once. I don't like to have set things. That's part of the reason I got rid of my newsletter, and just do the lifetime memberships, because I think there's times to be active, times to be less active. But it'll be roughly once every 1 to 2 weeks. We'll do a special update just for the paying members through Patreon. So anyhow, I could do it either through Patreon or Substack. I prefer Patreon. I already have Patreon set up. So anyhow, this is Google Chrome here, or Google Chrome. This is Tesla here. So today we're going to look at EVs. That's our stock chart of the day. What I do in stock chart of the day too is I try to look at the stocks that are really, really in the news, and Tesla is up 9% today. They've had some issues recently with price cuts and production in China, but Tesla is the leading EV. So we're going to look at EVs. That's going to be our stock chart of the day. So, and there's kind of an interesting story in here as well. So Tesla is, see up 9% today. You can see the huge run it's had. Tesla is obviously the most successful and kind of the poster boy for EVs. I was totally wrong about Tesla. I thought back here in 2013 when it was doing this, that it was a bubble. And of course it went way higher. Now, granted, the good thing is I really, for the most part, have many short positions. The odd time I'd buy some puts, etc. I did well shorting the stock through Tesla TSLQ in 2022, but basically, for the most part, Tesla has done very well, and you can see it's kind of really in a 2-year trading range. And Tesla has a history of doing this, like kind of one in a range here, one in a range here. This range from 2014 really lasted 5 years. So is this another 5-year trading range? I don't know. Now Tesla, of course, it's way more expensive than the average, stock, like automobile stock. They trade at half time sales. Tesla, I think, trades at 10 or 20 times sales. So, but of course, it has other avenues of revenue through, batteries, charging centers, et cetera, et cetera. So, there are, it's not just a pure, EV play. So there are other EV companies that have come on, and most of them, for lack of a better term, are crap. Rivian was a stock that we shorted at $50 a share when I was doing Addicted to Profits. We bought puts on it at 50. And then I think around the teens or around the low 20s. Yeah, I think it was the low 20s during this decline here. I got rid of them. So I think it was around here I shorted, and around here I got rid of it. And then, then you can see it went to almost $10 a share. And, from what I've read, the Rivian trucks are quite good, but the issue is the valuation. Rivian was trading at, again, more than Ford and GM market cap out here. So, it's ridiculous. So Ford and Amazon actually invested in Rivian. And if you ever kick yourself that, I lost a lot of money on a stock trade or the whatnot, sorry about that. We're going to show you why you shouldn't. So Ford and Rivian, you can see right here. Ford bought, I think, at around $56 a share. And then in 2022, got totally rid of the stock. So, and then they put $500 million into it. And they sold a bunch at around 26. And then I think they sold the rest of it, in later in 2022. You can see by late 2022, they only owned 10 million shares in it. So basically they lost 7.3 billion. Now they didn't put in 7.3 billion because they were up a lot, right? but that was the price on the stock when it came up in trading. So that's why Ford had a big gain one quarter when Rivian was up a lot. And then but then you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Ford had to write that off. So, I think it was Ford and Amazon both put a ton of money in this. Remember Constellation, STZ put a lot of money in CGC and lost their what on that. So it's like, so don't ever kick yourself for, maybe making a bad investment or the whatnot. It happens to the best of people, so what I'm going to show you too, then there's another one called Solo. These are all crap companies, just so you know, all of these things. Not Han Solo. You can see Solo went, during the kind of, again, post-COVID bubble, went from $10, now it's under $1. It's even below where it was, at its lows in 2019, right, in 2020. So Solo's another one. Nikolai, I think it is delisted. Yeah, Nikola Corporation. Oh no, it's actually back listed again. Yeah, you can see this is under $1. Like shorter term charts kind of hide the real weaknesses. You can see here, yeah, Nikola, look at this. During the bubble, again, this thing went to like whatever. $80 a share, and now it's under $1. And actually, like the CEO is in jail. So, that's the kind of things. And these are that's what all these companies are like. There's a couple other small ones I'm not even going to look at because they're even worth looking at. But a lot of them, Mullen. That's the last one we'll look at. These are all garbage. Like, they're never going to make any money. Yeah, you can see Mullen. This was like an auto parts company decided to go EVs. You can see what happened. This is it's had like a reverse splits and everything. But anyhow, you can see it went from, let's get the chart in here so we can see it. Let's just look at 2020. Yeah, because that's how much it's fallen. You can't even see. We'll go to the end of the 2020. Yeah, it's $3,000 a share to under $1. So it's almost funny. But anyhow, these are all garbage. So I should have shorted all these, but I didn't. But other than Tesla, which still has a high valuation, the EV thing is like mostly hype. And then, so we're going to look, another thing, the reason I know this, I'm in junior mining, right? And the junior mining is dead right now. We didn't even market any companies, me and Mike Swanson, over the summer because it was so dead. We're like, we can't really help the companies out right now. We have, I know I like this Carlisle, this CCC a lot. So I do have a marketing agreement with them at the moment. And, because I like the stock so much and I helped raise them some money. So essentially that's basically it. It's just you need. Okay, so just to get back to my, sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second. You need copper, you need nickel, you need lithium, you need all these metals for electric vehicles. And if you want half the vehicles on the road by say 2040 to be electric, you need huge investments in this. So this junior mining industry and mining industry should be booming right now, but it's not. You know why? Because it's just a lot of politician talk. I think that what's going to happen is these goals for the amount of electric vehicles sold are just going to keep being kicked down the road, kicking the can down the road, because they're not going to be able to meet them because there's not enough investment going on in metals, So this is the price of lithium. And again, lithium on the back of kind of this hype over EVs, because you need it for the batteries that are in the cars. This is the yuan price. It went from, you can see in 2020, it went from 233,000 won. No. Sorry. It went from 20,000 won. Sorry. 40,000 won, 30 to almost 600,000 won. So it went up 15x, in just that few years. So that was totally understandable and sustainable. Now it's still at 200,000, even with this big decline, but that looks like a classic boom bust bubble kind of chart to me. So what is that telling you? Look, okay, lithium went up on all this hype and now it's coming down. And I just know, again, these lithium juniors, some of them did okay, but other than the big large cap lithium stocks, most of them did not do very much. And again, lithium is one of the main components. You need it for the batteries of the electric vehicles. So anyhow, that's our stock chart of the day, electric vehicle boom. I'm very suspicious of it. I've been rightly bearish on all of these things other than Tesla. Now, of course, I was very wrong in Tesla, and I admit that. But like I showed you, Mullen, Nikolai, Rivian, all garbage. Like these are, it's no offense, but these are just like they're all overvalued, especially Rivian now because it's come back a little bit. It's still totally overvalued. Like I have no interest in any of these. I actually did like Solo for a bit, but then they had all kinds of problems with the production and the whatnot. So, because what I liked about Solo, they're doing these little 2-seaters cars, 1 and 2 seat cars, which is great for little places like China, heavily densely populated urban areas where you can just drive around in your little 2-seater, right? But even that looks like it's not going to pan out for them. So okay, that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed this one on electric vehicles. So I'm looking at launching this probably maybe as kind of a in about 2 weeks time. I think I'm going to launch the Stock Chart of the Day. I was going to wait till October 1st, but I think I'm going to do it September 27th. The reason being is September 27th is my birthday. So maybe I'll get some subscribers for my birthday. So everybody take care. And yeah, so what I'll do is I think that weekend 3-for-1 special I think that's going to be the pay Patreon video for the members. So we'll do Stock Chart of the Day Monday through Thursday. And then that weekend version, because I was thinking, rather than do it every day, why don't I just do a long Friday/weekend version where we'll talk about 3 charts or just talk about markets in general. So that will be weekly or bi-weekly, and that will be part of it. I think it's only going to be like $7 a month. So just think about it. It's 23 cents a day. It's equivalent of what? 2 Starbucks coffees. Don't drink 2 coffees a month and subscribe to this service. So everybody take care, and I hope you're all doing good. And yeah, we're going to hopefully get this thing really up and running. I think I've liked the way it's worked for the past few months. I just wanted a few months of material out there so people can see it. If potential new subscribers can just go look back at that 2 months, see if they liked it, this and that. So, and it's much more my style, not as regimented. I like talking. Writing can be a pain in the ass. You can get writer's block, all this sort of thing. Anyhow, everybody take care, and I hope you enjoy this. Oh, and just disclosure, I don't have a position any of these stocks mentioned. Yeah. Okay. Take care. Bye.